And for more on the story, here's Clayson Monyela, who speaks for the Department of International Relations and Cooperation. Mr. Monyela, good evening. The news not going down too well in Pretoria, releasing the statement saying it is tantamount to redefining our relationship. Is the minister angry about this?
Well, good evening, and good evening to your viewers. Well, the South African government has noted with regret this unilateral decision by the government in the UK to terminate official development aid to South Africa. What should have happened, and this is why we are raising our concern, is that we should have been notified through diplomatic channels, a note verbal, of the intention to terminate this ODA. After that, there should have been proper consultations and engagements like you would have with partners whose relationship is based on mutual respect and trust. We've got the SA-UK bilateral forum that regulates or governs the relationship, the bilateral relationship between us and the UK. And this decision was not properly managed through that mechanism. And that's why we are saying it has the potential to redefine our relations with the UK. Having said that, we are going to be meeting with them later on in the year, and we will be raising these concerns, but also to afford them an opportunity to advance reasons why they took this particular decision unilaterally.
But when
and
you say, Mr. Monyela, redefine the relationship between both countries, exactly what could be on the table?
Look, when you've got a mechanism through which you manage your bilateral relations, the expectation is that if a major decision like this is going to be taken, because it's going to have an impact on the programs that are currently being funded through the ODA, some of which are within the health sector, HIV and AIDS related programs, social housing, etc. If you're going to take a decision which is going to have such a huge impact, the least you can do is to inform your partner that this is the thinking. What do you think?
I understand that, but I'm saying, what does South Africa have in its arsenal to respond to this snub, if you will?
Look, the relations between us and the UK are mutually beneficial. So we will have to discuss with them what does this mean going forward and what will be the impact of this to other programs that we're jointly running and to other programs from which they are benefiting. We still think there is an opportunity for the two countries to sit together in the meetings that have been planned to iron it out and have a proper way forward that will not negatively affect our relations.
Plainly speaking, could this affect trade relations between us and Britain?
Look, we don't want it to do that. We don't want it to affect our trade relations. We've got good relations which are mutually beneficial, and we want to maintain those healthy and cordial relations. That's why we shall be discussing with them with a view to sorting it out.
All right, Mr. Monyela, let's talk about
as we should.
Let's talk about what the Office of Justine Greening was saying, that Britain wants to move away from aid and move to trade. This is certainly a drum that South Africa has been beating. Would this not be more beneficial for South Africa, particularly from an economic point of view, in the long run?
Look, we are not in disagreement that South Africa's stature internationally has improved. It has risen. We're now a member of BRICS. We are talking within the context of BRICS of establishing a BRICS-led development bank. We run the most powerful economy on the African continent. Our stature is high, and we appreciate that people are wanting to redefine how they relate to South Africa from a donor-recipient country to business relations and talk about trade and redefine the terms. We appreciate all of that. All we are saying is that there are ways of doing these things and taking such major decisions, and they should be based on proper consultations and done properly.
All right, Mr. Monyela, thank you for your time. Appreciate that. Clayson Monyela speaks for the Department of International Relations and Cooperation.
News that moves. eNCA.com.